let's talk about turning your community into a client producing machine. Pardon my voice. I've been sick for the last few days, so I sound a little funky. But today I have a kick ass training plan for you guys. I want to actually talk to you guys a little bit about our winning workshop blueprint, which is a really cool strategy we've been using for the last few years to grow our group, virtually create infinite content angles and ideas around generating leads for our group, and then also stacking our inbox with daily messages from people saying, hey, how do I buy your products? Pretty much on completely autopilot. So today I have a 15-page resource that I spent a little bit of time creating over the last few days that I want to kind of run through you guys with. And if you guys want this document, I'll actually just pin it below this video. And let's dive right in. So the winning workshop blueprint, how we grow our free groups and flood our inboxes with ready to buy clients on autopilot. Now, we've also done this. Before I dive in, I will say we've done this with Facebook groups. We've done it with this school groups. We've done this with free groups and paid communities. So it will work. Wherever you're building your community, or even if you wanted to kind of inject this into an offer and then use Ascension as a plan to your next offer or a value ladder style type thing. The ultimate goal of this resource document is to arm you with a repeatable process to have your free community up and ready to start growing, right? Like you can literally take this document and there's trainings and videos inside of here where you can actually leave today's video and actually just go set up your community. Okay. You'll also be able to generate infinite number of content angles for you to talk about to grow your community. The paradox of running a group is the more stuff you have in your group, the easier it is to actually just grow your group because you can just go talk about it. If I go post something in my group, I can just go create a TikTok about that and invite people to join my group. Right. And then lastly, having your winning workshop blueprint in place so that way you can wake up to daily messages from folks ready to buy your offers. Okay. There's also an option for you guys to just take our workshop and put it in your group if you wanted. But I want to actually show you guys how to do this for yourself. So quick intro, sales and business growth on autopilot. That's the dream, right? For the last few years, we've used the winning workshop blueprint that allows us to grow our free group daily and stack our inbox with messages from people ready to buy. Okay. This has played a huge part in us doing over $1 million with a single product. Okay. And it's also the very thing that we've had in place. We've help our students put in place for the last few years. And our client successes are kissing $3 million in track sales in the last 3 years, right? With free groups of their own. This will basically be your lead magnet on steroids. When deployed, you can say goodbye to handling objections in your sales process, right? I don't do a lot of back and forth like, hey, you got to buy my product. Like if they're not ready to buy it, I don't really care. Okay. Nothing changes in my business if you're not ready to purchase. Go consume more of my free content and get ready. And if you're never ready, then that's not my problem, right? So this is a big part of it. Having to do sales calls or strategy sessions. We've closed $3,500 sales with low ticket, high ticket continuity offers, subscriptions, etc., with virtually zero sales calls in the last 3 years. You can also never have to look for leads again. Right? You'll have people coming to you requesting to join your group, asking for your information, and ultimately asking to buy your offers, right? That's a whole feast and famine. Where's my next client? Where's my next sale coming from? Can literally be a thing of the past because you'll have people coming to you every single day asking, hey, I just went through this thing that you gave me. How can I purchase? Sound good, right? Of course it does, not to be egotistical. But let's dive in. So what is the winning workshop blueprint? I can't speak today. Apparently, when can I though? As teased above, the winning workshop blueprint is essentially your lead magnet on steroids that can be leveraged to grow a community of your own and flood your inbox with ready to buy clients on autopilot. Best case scenario is 3 to 7 videos that get housed in a community of your own that takes people on a journey of being ready and needing the things you have to sell, handles objections and the most common reasons folks can't buy or take part in your process, gets people in your group a quick win. Okay, this is a big piece. Like getting your free content consumers, people in your group, getting them to a certain position to being ready to actually need or want your offers. A lot of the times it doesn't have anything to do with what we're selling. It's like who we're trying to sell it to. I remember for me, I was trying to sell a $3,000 masterclass to people who didn't even know what online business is. Like, why would they purchase if they had no idea what online business is, right? We have to think a little bit about it from 10,000 foot overview and work backwards from the potential mechanism we're selling and use that as fuel to get people ready or even in a position of needing the actual offer we have to sell. So this is a visual representation of what this actually looks like inside of our free group, right? Somebody can come into our free group, they can set their business up, they can build out their groups, they can start creating their first pieces of content, they can even generate their first sales by simply joining the free group and going through the free workshop. Okay. Which then on the tail end of that makes it extremely easy for us to extend invitations for them to buy our offers because they're already building self-confidence. Okay. They've already accomplished little accolades in their business. They've already built out their profile. They've already set up their community. Maybe they're already creating their first pieces of content. Maybe they set up their group and now they want to learn how to monetize their group. It's all congruent with what we're selling, but we're giving them micro wins long before they ever even purchase anything from us. Now, I won't run through the intentions behind why we're doing these videos, right? Like you guys can go check out the doc pin below because I don't want to fluff this video up. I want to make this about what you're going to get and how you can actually deploy this. But this document does include why we're running the trainings that we're running and some intention behind why we're actually front loading the community with these. But again, you are a business owner, you potentially want to be a business owner. So you're watching this video because you want to progress your business. So I'm going to make this about you, right? So creating your own winning workshop blueprint. So the first step to having your winning workshop blueprint is having your community set up. Okay. We are very bullish on communities. You need to have a group. You have to start building your own community. If you want long-term security in your own business, you need to create a group, right? Like create a group yesterday. Like, there's never going to be a perfect time to build a group, but this is what creates longevity for yourself. And you need to start putting that at the forefront of your own business, right? There was a program that just shut down with, thousands and thousands of people. And then you had all these customers that are like, well, what do I do now? Okay, well, you could have combated any of those confusions or risks in your business if you would have just had your own group. Okay. So a couple main reasons why we want to do this. Again, community creates security. It also lets you, build relationships deeper than what you're selling. And your community goes with you however the market shifts, right? I started my own Facebook group in 2018, 2019, and I ran the same group, right? Over all the years of me changing my business, different offers, different programs, et cetera, I use the same group. Right? It's my tribe of people, and it allows me to create a movement deeper than just the program that I have to offer my audience, if that makes sense. The winning workshop blueprint is an extremely powerful way for you to rapidly grow your group. Okay, we've had students wake up to 500 plus members requesting to join their group. We've had 1,000 people trying to join our group because of this very process. And the side effect to that is you make a lot of sales on the back end of this. Okay. Number 3, it creates a streamlined process for folks to go into the group, go through your workshop, and then have them message you about your offers. It creates leverage. You're not like doing the song and dance. You're not, handling all these objections because it creates this really smooth process of people coming from, your socials to your workshop, and then they talk to you about your offer, right? So it just becomes this very leveraged smooth process to take people on this journey. Now, again, I'm not going to run through some of these topics, but you guys do have access to the doc below this video. So setting up your business assets, you're not limited to using only these to build your business, but these are the pillars to our own 7-figure business. 1, Facebook profile setup and optimization. We are, dinosaurs in the internet marketing space because our business has primarily been built on Facebook for the last few years. We actually did our first 100K individually as affiliates, purely using our Facebook profiles in 2021. Okay. For groups, now this is a polarizing opinion in the market right now because school is the hottest topic in the market, right? School is the coolest thing ever. And realistically, just pick one group platform, whether that's Facebook or school. I don't think it necessarily matters. It's like wherever you want to build your group. Okay. We did $1 million with a Facebook group, but we also have school groups now, right? And it's not like we also didn't make the decision to move to school because of school being the cool thing. We launched a school group last year, okay? And us being the community growth and monetization people, it's like, hey, we did $1 million with a Facebook group. Let's put our money where our mouth is and go monetize a school group too. Right. So build a group. Okay. Set up your group. Obviously, you're going to have to do that to make this as viable as possible. Inside the doc, you'll also get, ingredients to a profitable community, etc. Other resources for you to go take and deploy into your business right now, how to set up your group, how to actually optimize it, etc. Next up, mapping out your winning workshop blueprint. Now, since you're likely in the art of making money and running a business to make profits, we need to start with the offer. Okay. Unless you have a very expensive hobby and you're not really trying to build a business, then we got to start with what you're selling and work backwards from the product. Now, if you don't have your product yet, you don't have your offer, you don't have the thing you're selling yet, then realistically, we need to look at who you are. Okay, we need to sell people on the one thing that people are going to buy into long before they pull out their credit card and purchase anything from you, and that's you. As a person, as a brand owner, as a mom, as a dad, as a blue-collar worker, it doesn't matter, right? But we need to front load who you are as a human and an individual, because that's what people are actually buying into, okay? Now, this is the key. We want to work backwards from what we're selling and utilize the free workshop to get people ready for the product, okay? To highlight the problem that your product solves or reinforce how it will help them get to where they want to be. The key is most folks try to sell their products to people who don't have the awareness, need, or knowledge around what they're selling, let alone what they'd be building, okay? Someone who watched a 60-second video from you isn't going to be ready to buy a $5,000 mastermind. They don't have enough context. Maybe they're not even aware of the problems that they have in their life or business or the solutions that get provided inside of the program that you have. Okay. Number two, doesn't have a deep enough relationship with you as a content creator, online business owner, or digital product seller. Or number three, isn't even clear about what you help people do or what they're going to be doing to have success with your thing. This is a huge one in the market right now. Everybody's just selling product to sell product. It's like, hey, I have this kick-ass product. What is your product? I can scroll my feeds and look at so many creators that are talking about their programs and their products and their offers, and I can't even fucking tell you what I would be doing if I bought their program. That's a big problem. If you want easier sales, then you need to front load what your actual customers would be doing on a realistic basis. Your workshop flow. This is probably the most important part of it. Start with you. Start with who you are, okay? This is the most slept on part of the whole process, but as I just mentioned, you have to sell people on you, because if they're not, they won't buy anything from you. They don't know who you are, they don't connect with you, they don't vibe with you, they're not purchasing anything from you, right? Share your backstory, what you've done online, what has worked, what hasn't worked, where you're currently at, and where you're going. Next up is your plan. What you do, what you help clients do, what they could expect to be doing regularly if they wanted to have success with your process. The better job that you can do at painting a picture as to what somebody would be doing to have success with your program, your offer, the better clients you'll onboard and the better marketing you'll have, right? If I can let somebody know that, hey, if you want to have success with my program, you're going to be posting content every single day. And obviously you could take days off, but you're going to be posting content, you're going to be talking to people, you're going to be doing all of the things in this business. If I can let them know before they ever even purchase something from me, it makes us helping them get actual results quicker in their business a real thing. But it also creates a flywheel effect of having better marketing because I'm selling my products to better people. Okay. They're not coming in and expecting to make $1 million in 15 minutes. And then they come into my program and are like, hey, we're going to help you build this 6-figure business over the next 6 to 12 months. There's a lack of congruency there, right? So this is a big piece that a lot of people in the market, even big creators, leave this out. They overhype their tactics and strategies. And then, the customers are like, well, I just found out I'm doing something completely different than what you said. Okay. So this creates a really powerful, seamless process of actually selling products, but then also having really kick-ass marketing and content, because you're selling your offers to better people, right? There's a big reason why our client success is so drastically different from our own, right? We've done about $1.1 million in the last, 28 months with one offer. And our client success is kissing $3 million in track sales with a bunch of different programs, products, offers, communities of their own. And this is a big part of that. Okay, the plan, the process, what they're actually doing, because we're not just selling them on some placebo expectation because it sounds good on marketing. It's like, hey, this is what you're going to be doing. If you don't vibe with that, like, go find somebody else that will help you do what you want to do, right? You don't have to be everybody's cup of tea, so to speak. Number 3, right? So these are in video format, right? So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. As I mentioned in the beginning, best case scenario, 3 to 7 videos probably. Number 3, give them a tactical win. Yes, give them something that they can go out and get a win with for free. This is a polarizing opinion in the market, right? Like, don't help anybody unless they pay you. Like, if you haven't done anything online, then like you don't have authority to do that. Yeah, if you've made millions of dollars, then yeah, you could probably be a little bit more aggressive with your time, with what you provide for free. But like, this is a big part. Nobody wants to like, oh, I can't, if I give it to them, they won't buy, right? And when you follow this flow, you'll see what we're doing and how you can actually give people shit for free, but also increase chances of them purchasing. So as an example, look at what somebody would need before buying your offer, or something that they would have to have in place before making their experience with your product even easier. Something that people can go out and deploy and get a win from. Example, I help people grow and monetize communities of their own through a mixture of free content creation and groups of their own. I could help them set up their business. I could help them optimize their social media. I could help them create their first pieces of content. I could actually just show them how to set up their group, right? If my overall goal inside of my offer is to show people how to monetize their group, their experience, and then also my experience as somebody who's delivering products or services, is going to be a lot easier if they already have parts in place, right? Instead of me being like, hey, I have to show you how to build your group after you purchased, like, hey, they come into my paid offer, they already have their group up. We're good to go. Number 4, day 4 would be objection handler paired with strategy. Use the most common excuse as to why they can't do it. This is like the number one thing that everybody tells you. Hey, I can't build this business because I have a full-time job. Hey, I can't do this because I don't have time. I don't have experience. I don't have results. Like, show them how to get to where they want to go while like handling that objection, right? This could be time, finances, limiting beliefs around your model. Showcase the plan for them to get to where they desire to be while removing / not doing the things they hate. If you compare this with an extra tactical win strategy for folks, that will be the best case scenario. Side note, keep it congruent with what you help them with in video 3, as mentioned above here. I.e., if you help them set up their community, the natural next thing they would need to do is get people in their group. Okay, plus put content in there, both objections. I can't start my group because I'm not an XXX, or I need a big audience to make a bunch of money online. Those are 2 big objections that I could handle and nip in the bud right out of the gate inside of a free training. Hey, I'm going to utilize day number 4 to show you how to generate your first sale online with this cool content strategy in a small group, as an example. Day 5, tactical win number 2. Look at the next step that they would need to have in place / before be a burning problem after they had their breakthrough via the initial training. So you kind of want to look at this from a 10,000 foot overview. Like, and I'm not telling you to naturally create problems for people in their life or business, but every time that you solve a problem in business, it creates another problem, right? So if we give them a tactical win on day 3, utilize the next challenge that they're going to face paired with an objection for your topic on day number 4. And then the breakthroughs that you help them get on 3 and 4 then creates another problem that you help solve in day 5. Example, look at the strategy you gave them and look at the natural next challenge that they will face and use that as fuel for the next topic for your next video. Example, the first 2 videos showed someone how to set up their community, get their first couple pieces of content inside of it. The natural next problem that they will run into is growing the group, right? The topic on this training could be the simple content strategy you can use to grow your community by XXX number of people per day, right? So I'm utilizing the actual flow of this workshop to take people on a journey, get them some micro results, and help them overcome challenges, which then builds self-confidence. It builds proof of concept in your process that you're helping people take, right? You're not limited to only doing this with community growth, right? That's examples I'm using because that's what we help people do in our business. But you can do this with anything. We've helped clients do this with all sorts of different programs, offers, and niches. And then day number 6, your offer invitation. So if you notice, we're not even mentioning the offer until, day 6. Now there are a few different ways that you can get exposure to your offer 24/7 in the workshop, but here are some of the most effective ways that we've personally used over the years. The model review plus selling the implementation. Okay, over the last 5 days together, we've done X, Y, Z, and I want to personally work with you on the path to doing XXX. Other example, the next step, /thing. Look at the natural next challenge that the folks in your are going to run into and use that as an angle to get people to chat with you about your offer. Now, this is a big problem that a lot of people run into the market, especially like newer folks. And I did this a lot too, is like, I would go run a training on, how to become an Amazon influencer as an example, right? How to make passive income as an Amazon influencer. And then I would try to use the exact same angle to try to get somebody to buy from me. And it doesn't work, right? So if I'm giving them a ton of information and tactical strategies for them to go out and deploy inside of their business, I need to use the next challenge they're going to run into as the angle to get them to talk to me about the offer, or I need to potentially spin it into implementation instead of more information, right? If you gave them a bunch of information, more information isn't a compelling selling point. It's like, hey, I just gave you all this really cool stuff, but I want to work closely with you over the next 6 months where we do this together. Okay. So just some side notes. You can do both. We've done both. We've done all sorts of mixtures around offers, right? We've sold thousands of products. So bonus points. If you want more lead flow and more conversations, leave out the price and optimize for folks to chat with you about what it would look like to work with you in XYZ. Now, full transparency, this will require more objection handling. It will require more love in the DMs, right? If you're leaving out price, the people that are going to be sending you messages will be a little bit further back from being ready to purchase. If you want hyper-targeted conversations and easy sales conversations, explain it all. What somebody will be doing, price, etc. You will get less volume, but the folks that are coming into your inbox will be a lot closer to being ready to buy. Okay. Now this is an honorable mention. If you already have a lead magnet or even a low-ticket digital product, you can break it down into a winning workshop blueprint by simply changing the format and using videos in your community versus static content for somebody to read. Like a lot of you guys have lead magnets. Like you could literally take your lead magnet, break it up into 7 different days, and you just created a masterclass that people could get when they join your group, go through the journey, and then start paying you on the back end. Now, obviously, next up, promoting your free workshop. This will change depending on how big of an audience or how often you're already creating content. Give yourself 3 to 10 days to build up curiosity around this up and coming free event, this workshop, etc. Hammer the outcome that will come from them going through your workshop, right? Get events scheduled inside of your group, and you can invite everyone to attend. If you already have a group, even better. Okay. Tab up content everywhere you can and post about the free training. Profile, group, stories, content, emails. Okay, like leave no stone unturned. Like hammer everywhere that you have potential attention and try to get people to come hang out with you on this workshop. Tackle portions of the training that you're going to be covering / doing and cycle through the content and the outcomes. And what I really mean by that is like, look at the outcomes that you're going to help people get and use that as fuel for your content. Like if you're going to do this on day number 3, 4, 5, you could create 2 or 3 different pieces of content around each one of these outcomes. And then that becomes your entire promotional calendar for getting people to come hang out with you in your free workshop. The ultimate goal is to get as many people to come hang out with you on the free training, spend some time with you, and stack your combo pipeline. Your public content feeds the workshop, which also grows your group in unison, right? And I did give you guys some extra documents and resources here. This is a video I ran talking about the winning workshop flow, turn your leads into buyers fast. And then this is like 4 powerful content buckets that you can pull on at any given time if you struggle with what do I create content on, right? So delivering your winning workshop blueprint. Okay, in the best case scenario, you end up running this as a live event with people, whether that's live in your Facebook group or live on Zoom via school. This will let you test quicker, see what needs to be tweaked, as well as get feedback in real time from the folks that attend the live event with you. And you can also end up spinning it into an evergreen, forever type workshop that lives in your group over and over again and onboards clients on autopilot. That's the real power of this. So aim for 40 minutes maximum for each video, okay, / day. 20 to 30 minutes is the sweet spot. If you can keep it a little bit shorter while still being of high value, it's probably best case scenario. Option 1, you run the live workshop over the span of 6 days inside of your free Facebook group. Option 2, you run the live workshop over the span of 6 days inside of your school group. You'd have to use Zoom. You release these as pre-recorded videos inside of your free group over the span of X days, right? I know some of you guys are like, I can't go live. I can't do that. Do pre-recorded videos. I think best case scenario, it is video. There is no question that personal content, video, your face builds extreme rapport quickly compared to like AI generated content or, all that jazz. So, or you could even potentially just do like, day 1 as an example. You could technically even do it as like day number 1, your intro is your face forward content. And then the other days are, presentations with voiceovers, if that would make you a little bit more comfortable. There's no rules, but it will be a little scary for some. I know it was for me in the beginning. And I know what some of you guys are probably thinking, like, this is a lot of work to just do it for free. I need to make money. The thing to remember is you're essentially creating an asset that will live in your group 24/7, okay, which will give you a spicy angle to grow your group, build rapport and relationships, and sell your offers with people at scale. The power of this is running the training in itself is pre-selling your offer. It's talking about you. It's talking about your story, your journey, etc. It's building that rapport with more than one person at a time. Okay. It's leveraged, right? Meaning that you can just continue to send people to it. We've ran 2 separate workshops in our group that have done hundreds of thousands of dollars in sales because we continue to refeed people back through the workshop. And we wake up to daily sales. Hey, how do I buy this? Okay. The sales on the back end are extremely low pressure because they've already spent X amount of time with you on these live videos. They've already had a breakthrough. They've already done X, Y, Z. They're already sold on you. And the ones that aren't, they just leave or they don't continue to go through it. Okay. Can work really well to kick off a promo cycle if you're planning an offer launch or something like that. We've done this a lot of times where we're going to do an offer and we'll run a free workshop in front of the actual offer and then invite people off the back end, right? Works really well. It allows you to step further away from the DMs. This is a very powerful one. Like, I don't spend all day in the DMs, and we don't really implore all of our clients to do that. But realistically, like, because you're already answering a lot of the questions and limiting beliefs, objections, etc. in the free workshop. So the conversations that you'll be getting are very short. They're going to be coming to you already ready. Like, we had somebody who read one post and was like, hey, can you send me the checkout for this? Because I want to buy it. Right. And that's the real power of this. Right. This is a big piece as to why we've been able to close so many sales without sales calls. Now, how do we turn this into a sales machine on autopilot? The real beauty of this process is you just created a high value product that lives in your group that you can continue to hammer people back through over and over and over again. You can continue to loop people back through, right? So this is an example of Facebook group workshop, right? It's pinned in the welcome post. They come in, it's in the guide section. They go through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if you can link the videos together, even better. I did link another doc here around creating different content loops. That way people can just start binging your content and overall shrinking that sales process. And then option number 2, how you can actually do it inside of a school group. This can be the first step inside of your school group. Okay. Bonus tactics. If you're sending DMs when people are joining your group, send them the link to the invitation. Send them day 1. Okay. If you're running an email campaign or an automation when somebody joins your group, refuel them back through the days of the workshop. Okay. This is exactly what we do. And I did link our actual, our email campaign as an example. You guys will see, I think there's like 30 or 40 different emails in here. But when somebody opts in to join our free group, it just sends them to the days in the workshop, right? So as an example of that, email 1 sends them to the free group, email 2 sends them to day 1, sorry, email 3 sends them to day 2, and so on, right? So you take them on this journey and you're hammering them with going back through this workshop, and eventually you're making an offer, right? As we mentioned on day 6. Strategy recap: your public content promotes, creates interest, talks about the workshop, which is inside of your free group. The winning workshop takes people who come into your community on a journey to get to know who you are, what you do, how you help people, get them a couple quick wins under their belt, and your inbox starts to get flooded with people sending you messages like, hey, how do I buy XYZ? Your content plus winning workshop blueprint equals easy sales. Now, we do let everybody in our free group just take our workshop, put it in their own community if they want. But again, that's not the overall objective of this video. It's to actually showcase how you can do this for yourself and emulate this in your own business. That way you can have easier sales, you can have more content angles, and ultimately grow a community of your own. So I will leave the link below this video for this document. If you have any questions, you have any feedback or anything like that, don't hesitate to give me a shout. And I will see you guys in the next one.